I'm kind of surprised anyone's watching this video, to be honest. It's been quite a while since I've actually made a video. Let's get into it, shall we? So, what are numbers? Let's talk about numbers today. I made a video on this a while ago, but I didn't really explain all too well how numbers work. Wasn't great. So, let's do it again. So, how do numbers work? What do they do? How do we make them? How many are there? What even are numbers? I'm going to explain all of that in today's video. Let's go! So, these are the questions we are going to answer today in this video, so stick around for that. What are numbers? They are an arithmetic, that's a lot of words, forget that. They are an amount represented by a word, symbol or figure. That's a very brief, simplified explanation, so yeah, just don't quote that one. That's just me explaining, very simplified. What do? Well, as explained before, they take an idea or an amount and turn it into one specific thing or multiple specific things that can be communicated much more easily. How many are there? Well, there's infinitely many. What comes after 100? 101. What comes after 101? 102. And you could just ask that kind of forever. I've got many more numbers than that. I just decided to stop there because it was lagging my computer. How do they work? Well, this is the Hindu-Arabic numeral system, more commonly recognised as that. That's our normal number system that we use. I'll assume it is if you're watching this video. This is called the decimal system, which here's the etymology for that one. I'll let you read that one. Before I explain more on how they work, I have to make sure everyone understands what an index, exponent, or power is. There's multiple different names, but they're pretty much the same thing. So let's take our number 2, fancy number 2, small and easy to deal with. If we have it to the power, or index, or exponent of 2, then it just means times 2 by itself. So 2 times 2, and there's 2 there, yeah. So to the power of 3 would mean there's 3 2's. To the power of 1 would mean there's 1 2, which means it's just 2. To the power of 0 is a weird one, but that equals 1. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. We'll take that into our system, and we'll ask how does that work in our system? Well, let's take our normal number system, decimal, brilliant, and we'll split it into some columns that you may recognise. You may have learned this in a younger school, perhaps. I don't know. This could just be something I learned. I'm not sure. And basically, we'll put them like that in the top. So as you can see, we've got obviously 10 to the 0 is 1, as I said before. 10 to the 1 is itself. 10 to the 2 is 100. 10 to the 3 is 1000. And I've just laid it out there for you. If we want to express the number 399, then it would be something like that. And how do we get that? Well, it's like that, and then like that. It's fairly simple, especially in this system. So how do we make our own then? Well, if you wanted a different system, a great example that people use and normally vouch for is the duodecimal system, base 12. You can count this on your fingers like this, using your thumb. And what's 399 duodecimal? It's 293, or the equivalent. I shouldn't really be saying it like that. But as you can see, it's smaller because they can be represented in more numbers. This is just proof that it's like that. This is how you work out any system and convert it into base 10. You just take it, put them to the power of itself, blah blah blah, do what you do. There's the proof there, you can read it if you'd like. But base 12 should imply 12 numbers, right? Correct. So how do we make those? Well, normally people represent them like this. They just add X and Y or something other than that. There's a great video by the Conlang critic, Jan Measley, and he made a video about base 12 and actually base 6 as well, which I'll get into a bit more later, which is fantastic, really. And I highly suggest it because it explains quite well how numbers and different systems would work. If you were to be a part of an ancient society and you wanted to count your cows, your cattle, you'd probably start off doing a tally system. Once you get a 4, you could probably stop doing more hashes and putting a line through the middle. But that can get clunky pretty quickly and you end up with a situation like this, which is not great. So often other places opted for a different system, such as the Romans. They opted for their typical Roman numeral system. So instead of looking like this, we can convert it into a simple number like that. Here's the table for that, and you can see how that works. But if we take a number like 3,697, that would look like this, which is not amazing. Let's not do that. So you can actually convert your tally system into a system more similar to ours today, in which you draw a line for every single number up to 5, and then on the 6 you put it in a new column, and then you continue like that. So our number from before would look like that. That's base 6, because there are 5 numbers and then it moves up to the next one, and then there's 0 as well. And that equals that, which is much better than this, let's be honest. Other cultures decided to use different systems, such as the ancient Greeks. They decided to map a number to a letter of the alphabet through most of their alphabet. I got this wrong in the last video I made, so I could also be wrong, but I'm fairly sure I did more research this time. The Romans also did something similar, of course. However, recent evidence actually shows that's not the case, and that their system actually came from the Etruscan system, which were another group of people living in a similar area. They used to trade and actually shared lots of systems such as alphabets and number systems, as you can see here. Their alphabet obviously looks similar to the symbols as they evolved, so they just decided to use them like that. And there was also the Mesopotamians, I believe, who used a system like this, where they actually counted based on measurement. And I believe it was barley or something that they decided to store, and that's how they counted them. There's a video by Stand Up Maths in which he explains how this system works and how it was used. I'll link for that, and actually the Unmeasly video in the description above all the sources. And then finally, we've got the Hindu Arabic system, which looks like that. I don't know where the Brahmi system came from entirely. Couldn't really find any sources. Not even Wikipedia sort of said, you know, this is where it came from. This is just, I just know it evolved from the Brahmi system, and where that came from, not too sure. So yeah, it's me again. Not been uploading videos recently, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware. I did one stream at some point. I'll try and do one of those every so often, probably not before Christmas or the New Year, just due to college work and just trying to get through the pandemic and stuff like that. Don't know if you've noticed, but I've slightly changed how my slides look, and I'm liking it, but I want to know if it looks good to you guys and how I could probably change it. I know I've decided to do this before, but I also want to do more Conlang showcases, and I have had like a few submissions. However, I'm thinking of making the submission system more thorough, so I'll make sure I've got every single bit of information that is required, probably required. So I'll probably start drafting different form sheets, and for those who have already submitted a Conlang, I'll probably ask for that again. So it's just a lot easier for me to do my research and stuff like that, because I know the Conlang critic really liked, he had quite a rigorous and thorough system for submissions. So yeah, I kind of want to do the same, because it's a lot of work to do the research if there isn't a huge amount to research on. This will probably be the last video until next year. However, I'm not decided. Considering my upload schedule anytime recently, probably won't be until next year, unless I get some incredible idea that I really want to make and have the inspiration to make it and stuff like that. But yeah, and thank you for all the milestones. I know we've reached, I think it's, let me check, 437 currently, 437 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. Somehow it's still going up. Not completely sure why, and I'm kind of surprised at the amount of views my videos have as well, which is a bit weird. But yeah, thank you guys for that. You guys are brilliant. I never actually thought I'd get anything as high as that, to be honest. But look who's wrong. But yeah, let's keep going higher. I wanna see if we can become another mainstream Conlang channel. See if we can kick Artifexin and all that off their top spots. Not gonna happen, but we can try our best. But yeah, I hope you have a great festive season for whatever you guys celebrate. I don't know really all of the different types of festivities. I don't really celebrate Christmas, but yeah, whatever you do, stay safe, wear masks. If you have any arguments against that, I don't care. Thank you for everything, and see you next time. But if we take a number like 600, so if we take a number like 6,900, so if we take a number like 6,000, if we take, so